Welcome back, everybody. So today I got a video for the Hungarian air tech tree to go along with the tank tech tree that I did last week. However, I want this one to cover the air tree, and then we'll go over not exactly a tech tree, but some helicopters and boats that could go with a Hungarian tree. And I'll do the tree the same I did with the tanks, starting out with the fighter line. It starts out with a CR-32. However, this is armed with a 2-barrel 8mm machine gun, and each barrel could shoot out 1,200 rounds per minute. Pretty stock standard for a reserve tier aircraft. Following that would be a CR-42 bis at 1.3, which would be a CR-42 bis, but with a 2-barrel 12.7mm 40M GKM Gebauer machine gun that shoots 1,500 rounds per minute, which I'd hope would have a bit more punching power than the Italian 50s. And then after that would be the HIA-1, which is actually just a Regione 2000. However, the plane after that at 2.3, the HIA-2, was a slightly modified Regione. The fuselage was lengthened. It has a new 1,030 horsepower engine, which could get it up to 480 kilometers an hour. The cockpit was armored, having around 8 to 25 millimeters, and the guns were replaced with the same system on the CR-42 bis that I talked about earlier in the video. Following that would be the first unique model of the fighter line, the WM-23. Only an unarmored prototype was made. It was to be armed with two 8mm guns in the wings and two 50s in the nose, and could get about 530 kilometers an hour, although the wing rip speed would be 560 kilometers an hour, and they found that out by destroying the prototype in tests by going too fast. Following that would be the Hengel 112B1U2, which actually currently is in game as a German premium, and then beyond that would be the Bf-109E3 at 2.7. From beyond this point, the tree gets a little disappointing. I've heard that a good few of the copy-paste aircraft do indeed have Hungarian armaments, and of course a good amount of them were built in Hungary, but let's get on with it anyways. At rank 3, starting with the Bf-109 F4, but then after that is the Bf-109 G4, which currently is not in game, and is slightly different than other G models that are in game. Notably, this one has bigger, stronger gears, a non-retractable tailwheel, and a small mount were made in Hungary. Then it would be a Focke-Wulf 190 F8, and followed by the Bf-109 G6, G14, and G10, all of those three which did have production in Hungary. Ending rank 4 with a Yak-9P, and then at rank 5 would be a MiG-15 bis, and at rank 6 a MiG-17F and a MiG-17PF, which by the way is not currently in game for whatever reason. It's an all-weather configuration, so it has an afterburner, and was armed with 3 23mm cannons, no 37. After that would be the Su-22 M3, which was an X-point variant of the Su-17, and ending the tree with the Mig-21 MF. The next line over, the attacker line, would start with the WM-16B. Being a reserve aircraft, it doesn't seem too bad, and unfortunately has a awful speed of 270 kilometers an hour, had two 8mm guns, and one defensive 7.92. The bombs it could carry were 6 10-kilogram bombs or 3 50-kilogram bombs, and some sources mention a 300-kilogram load of 3 100-kilogram bombs. After that would be the WM-21 Shoyum, which would go 340 kilometers an hour, had the same defensive and offensive armaments as the prior plane, but could carry 12 10-kilogram bombs. After that would be the Focke-Wulf 189A1, which is already in game as a German event plane, and the Ju-88C6, which is also in game at 2.7. Only two attackers at rank 2, the Ju-87D3 and a Bf-110 G4, which is one of the variants that was skipped on the German tree for whatever reason. Then at rank 3 we have the Me-210 CA1, which by the way, all of the C variants of the Me-210 were apparently built in Hungary, and it's based on the Me-210C redesign, which had a lengthened fuselage, redesigned wings, and the bomb racks were on the wing roots. Though it was slower than an Me-410, going only 463 kilometers an hour, it was armed with two 20s and two 7.92s, and inside it could carry 8 50-kilogram bombs, two 250-kilogram bombs, or two 500-kilogram bombs, and outside it could carry 4 50-kilogram bombs. At 3.3, being able to carry two 500-kilogram bombs would be really great for tank battles. After that, at 4.0 would be a Me-210CA1 with a 40mm Bofors cannon, although minus the bomb bays, but it could also carry 600 450mm rockets. After that, at 4.0 would be the RMI-1, was planned to be the first ever plane with turboprop engines, with the Drandesic CS-1s. However, unfortunately, those things kind of sucked, and could only develop around 300 horsepower, so they went with DB605B engines, same engine on the BF-110. On a rolling test, it accidentally took off, the pilot got scared, and damaged the landing gear when landing it. And when it was being repaired in the factory, the US Army Air Force decided it was free real estate and bombed the crap out of it. Although there was another version of the plane, the RMI-2, that had different engines and no armament, so its flight characteristics are more well known than some other planes in-game. But it had a projected speed of 550 kilometers an hour, two 20mm MG151s, and as a defense armament, one 8mm gun, and two 13mm guns that were remote controlled. It could carry 6 50-kilogram bombs. Following that, at rank 4 would be an IL-10 1946, and at rank 5 there would be the L39ZO at 8.0, which is a 1970s Czechoslovakian jet trainer and light ground attacker. However, it had no internal guns, only gun pods, but it could also take out a lot of other stuff like rockets and bombs. The last main tree line is the bomber line, starting at 1.0 with an HE-170A, which was basically the HE-70K, a light bomber that could carry 6 50-kilogram bombs and only had a defensive armament of one 7.92, though could go 455 kilometers an hour. After that would be the CA-310 at 1.3, an Italian plane missing from their tree. It could go 365 kilometers an hour and had 450 kilograms of bombs. Also had two offensive 7.7 Italian guns and one defensive one. After that is the Ju-86K2, which is similar to the Swedish one. It could go 380 kilometers an hour and had 16 50-kilogram bombs or 4 250-kilogram bombs, and 3 8mm machine guns as offensive armaments. At rank 2, there'd be a Ju-88A4 at its respective battle rating, a CA-135 BIS at 2.7, which is another Italian bomber missing from their tree. A lot of planes are missing from the Italian tree. It had a max bomb load of 1,400 kilograms in either 2 2.500s and 4 100s, or 4 250s, or 8 100s and 8 50s, or 16 50-kilogram bombs. Could go a max of 380 kilometers an hour and was armed with 3 Italian 50s as defensive. And ending rank 2 with a HE-111H6. Skipping all the way down to rank 4 would be a Tu-2S at 5.7, and ending in line with a IL-28 at rank 5. The possible premium line is actually quite packed full of aircraft, starting off with a Blenheim Mark I, which apparently they had captured from Yugoslavia. A PZL P-11A Polish fighter plane was captured when the pilot used it to flee Poland in 1939. Following that is another Czechoslovakian plane, the B-534, which Hungary captured from the Slovakians in the 1939 Little War. The Potez 3611 at 1.7, apparently Germany had given Hungary 40 of them. And finally, another Italian plane missing from their tree, the Ro-41B, which was only used for training. The rank 2 premiums start with an IL-2 1942 at 2.3, which was captured, a French D-520 that they apparently evaluated, a Hia-2 Zuhano Bombazo, which was a dive bomber modification of the Hia-2, with dive brakes under the wings from a Ju-87, and could carry 4 50-kilogram bombs in the center line, and one example had 2 250-kilogram bombs. Although the photo they gave me makes me feel like the prototype was not a success. Following that would be a SM-79K, which was captured by Yugoslavia, and then at rank 3 would be the BF-109G2, which seems to be in every access tree, and I'm not complaining, I love the plane. But also following that at 3.7 would be a ME-210CA-1 with a 44M Lidgeritz. I can't pronounce that one. It's just, Google Translate isn't helping. It's just not going to happen. Although what this is a ME-210CA-1 with a prototype air-to-air rocket that had a proximity fuse, although it was not finished by the end of the war. For rank 4, a possible premium would be the RMI-8, which was a push-pull configured fighter that entered prototyping but did not get finished. And I'm assuming it didn't get very far in its prototyping, as the image I was handed with it is of a drawing. The final premium isn't really a premium, but it probably will be a premium someday, is the Mig-21 F13 F13, which is the same as the one in-game in the Russian tree. And of course, it's rank 6. So if we were to get a Hungarian tree, this one wouldn't be added yet. One day we probably will have rank 7 jets, and it wouldn't be surprising to see a premium Mig-21. But that's the entirety of the Hungarian proposed air tree, and as you can see, it's a bit disappointing with quite a lot of copy-paste. Really, the most appealing part of this nation is the early mid-war tanks that they produced. Some people have thought the idea of just put the Hungarian stuff into the Italian tech tree. I'd really like to see them not as premiums though, and I feel a little bit like it would be taking away a bit of the identity of the Italian tech tree. However, Hungary did use a lot of Italian planes, as you can see. But as I said at the beginning, I want to also go over their possible navy and helicopter. So let's start off with the helicopters, and it's not going to be a full tree, just a shout out to some certain vehicles that I could see them using. Some early ones could be like the Mi-8 and Mi-17. Mid-tiers could be full of variants of the Mi-24, some of which had some pretty cool camos, and high tiers would be of course full of very modern helicopters, like the H145M and the H225M, although the 225 actually is not in Hungarian arms yet. Apparently it's going to be in 2023. Now as for Navy, a lot of you have commented that, well, Hungary is a landlocked nation. How do they have a Navy? Well, first of all, there's actually quite a lot of large rivers in Hungary, so they need boats to patrol that, and most of that would cover your low tier 1 and 2 things. However, for the large ships, you run into a bit of an issue, that being a lack of coast. Well, actually, Hungary had a coast up until 1921 when the Treaty of Trenton was put into effect. And up until that point, there was quite a few ships that Hungary had. However, it's quite hard to find them, especially on the English side of the internet. So the easier method is just to go with the Austro-Hungarian Navy from World War I. The issue with that, however, is none of them had any form of anti-air, or not much of it. However, World War I ships look awesome. I have this big old list of possible boats that could be added, nice tech tree and all that. I don't really want to go entirely through it because that could take forever, but I'll go over some of the cool ones. There was lots of very large river boats that had essentially tank turrets on them. Most small boats I don't get very excited for, but these ones I very much do like because they are like mini battleships. Like the PM1 literally had the armored car turret of one of the vehicles I talked about in my last Hungarian tech tree video. And there's some bigger ones like the Győr River Monitor, which had two 80mm howitzers. And there's like 5 variants of ships that had a similar armament that seemed to be increasing in strength, so they definitely make a tree out of that. It would be a lot like the C-34s in the Russian Navy tree. As for larger boats, well, according to this tree, it's a bit slim with only having 2 possible destroyers, the SMS Tatra and SMS Hussar, but 3 in rank 4, the SMS Zenk-Girag, SMS Zrini, and SMS Svent Istvan, which all might be a little too powerful for rank 4, like some of them have 30cm guns, but don't worry comrade, it is balanced. Ship is old, ergo easy to kill. I do kind of want to make a full video on a possible Hungarian Navy because I think it would be very interesting to explore, mainly because it's old World War I Austro-Hungary stuff, which I have large interest in. But for now, I'll just say that they did have some ships that could possibly enter the game. Anyways, I think that's just about all I need to put in on this video. If you like this tech tree or dislike it, be sure to comment down below your thoughts and opinions. I want to give a thank you to my YouTube members, Twin Top, Z71 Tex 002, One Max, Duraconx TV, Roger Rammer, The Royal Rat, Grimace, I like them thick, Mighty Peppers, Pointless Gunsinks, and Waffly Joker 6. Big thank you to all of them. Their support makes life a lot less stressful. So if you'd like to join them, there you can hit the join button down below. YouTube members get a unique Discord role, videos uploaded a little bit early, and emojis during streams. But if you liked the video, be sure to hit the like button. If you didn't like the video, don't hit the like button. If you want to see more, I do have many other possible tech tree videos planned out, including an expansion to the Chinese tree and a Romanian tree. But besides that, I make news videos on War Thunder every Sunday, and I stream every Saturday, so be sure to hit the bell icon to be notified anytime I upload anything. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. In the terms of bonus vehicles, it just so happens that Hungary had the best idea ever. What if we put an anti-tank rifle on a motorcycle? Genius ideas like that are why we need a Hungarian tech tree.